Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto
To
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth.
Right.
Peace and blessings to the hopefully elect 144,000 men pushing the truth and wholeheartedly sincerely across the four winds.
Come.
It's Gaikwa.
That's Zawa.
We the GMS Germany camp.
Come.
And as you can see behind us, we are sitting at an obelisk that's in pretty much the center of our town, okay, of the town that we're in right now. You know, and there's many other icons or statues or images of symbolism that Esau uses all throughout his kingdom. But through these symbols, we see that we are in extensions of the Babylonian system. We are extensions of the captivity that the Israelites were in during the Egyptians. You know, because they had an obelisk in Egypt, and yet we have one here today. You know, so the whole point of this lesson, how I desire is edifying, is to show that we are in Israel. Israel is still in a Babylonian captivity. We are still in an Egyptian captivity. We are still in a Sodom and Gomorrah type of state, you know. But this one is the last one, you know, because through this Babylonian custom, in this time, Esau is going to push the ultimate temptation, his RFID chip, you know, and his new world order system. But with that, let's just get into some scriptures.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with sore destruction.
What was Micah what?
2 and 10.
Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, because it is not your rest, because it is the polluted. When something is polluted, that means it's defiled. It is full of something that is unclean. When you pollute something, you actually destroy it. You know what I mean? Like if you pollute your lungs with poison, you can't undo it. You know what I mean? Like if it's lethal poison, you can't undo that. You know what I mean? Because it goes through the whole essence of the lungs. You know? So when you're polluting, the word polluted, it just shows you that this land is polluted. And why? Because it's built off of iniquity. It's built off of slavery. It's built off of pain and destruction. Okay? It's built off of rape, rob, murder, bug breaking, and lies. You know? Go ahead, Art.
This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery.
The bloody city. Salakia. That bloody city, how is it bloody? Because it took everything. These Edomites have taken everything by the sword. He's taking everything by his blessing, which is the sword.
Don't they say, live by the sword, die by the sword?
Yeah. You know? And when you look at Esau's military, especially the number one so-called Babylonian military, America, that great whore, they're proud, bro. They think that they can't be stopped. You know? And they really live by the sword. They'd rather die than to be captured. You know? But go ahead,
Salakia. Nahum 3:1 again. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not.
And the prey departeth not. You see, but go ahead.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots, man.
You see?
It's just a warlike zone that we're in, man. But going back to, I want to get Salakia.
Those whips and horses, those cars, it's the same thing all over again, man. We're living in the same thing, just in modern, different technologies, different bodies, different fleshes, same spirits.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So she made all the nations drink of the wine of her fornication. She got everybody believing that this is the standard. This is okay. They got everybody believing in the sun god, Molech, you know, Tammuz, Nimrod. They got everybody believing in that. Go ahead.
Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lay in the street of the great city, like in Revelation 14:8, the great city Babylon, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Spiritually. So that's not saying it's a physical place, it's spiritually.
Same ways, man.
You know? It's not talking about actual Sodom and Gomorrah because it's already destroyed. This is saying this is spiritual in Egypt.
And Babylon also, all these three places were destroyed.
Yeah.
So this captivity that we're in is the ultimate wickedness, man.
Yeah. So they got them all. And when you look at the customs, they combined all of them.
All of them, man.
They took all of these Babylonian, these customs from each of these captivities pretty much and combined them all into one big ass ball of confusion.
Because we think of it, which we call Babylon had this, for example, just a little example, they had the which we call tattoos and shit, it's about Babylonian custom. Then you have the which we call it the monuments from Egypt, and you have the sodomy lifestyle of Sodom, man. Just like a little example, just in the surface of it, man. And got all combined, and now it's more push than ever, man. You know, because I was in my city, you know, where I currently live, and now there's a big ass circle and a big ass. Like,
So we do the same thing
yeah,
there.
man. This is so huge, man. It's like it's really like rocking the sky, man. You have to be like 100 feet away that you see the top of it, man.
And what is
You
this? And what is this? This is fallacy. This is penis worship. And when you look up the meaning of an obelisk, which we will right now, let's look up the etymology of obelisk. I never did that. Have you done it?
Done, man. Because this is what the scripture also says in Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of him, my people, that ye may be no partakers of his sins, and that ye receive none of the plagues." Because the ultimate plague is going to be the nuclear destruction of the with the laser beams from the chariots, man. The fire they're going to rain down on Babylon, man. The lake of fire. They're going to come upon this world, upon Babylon, man, upon America. And this is why we have to come spiritually out of this place. Because Yahweh Shah ultimately going to save us, but we have to come out of this Babylonian way, this way of this wicked world. We have to separate ourselves spiritually from this world. Use it but not abuse it, man. And this is the mentality that we have to be in more than ever before, because you see the prophecy come to pass. I just watched another video from another brother, which we call America, sending $250 million of military aid basically to Ukraine, man. What is showing you that, man? That Ukraine is at the border of Russia, so war is brewing, man. The same thing they want to do to Poland is reaching, man. They want these nukes that are here in Germany at their place. What's gonna happen to them, man? War is brewing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Okay, it says obelisk, tapering rectangular stone column with a pyramid apex, 1560s, from Middle French obelisk, and directly from Latin obelisk, a small spit or obelisk, leg of a compass. Okay, so now we have to understand that we live in a time or in an age of symbols. Symbolism. We're living in a time of symbolism. If not so, then all I gotta do is say McDonald's and you think of the Golden Arch, Burger King, Taco Bell, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Sprite. When I say those names, you think of the brand. You think of the symbol. Okay? So we're living in a world full of symbols. So symbols mean things. Okay? And these things that we are living around, that we have, they represent things also. They are symbols unto who? The forefathers of these Edomites. The ones who helped found and create and establish these cities, who believed in these customs. Okay, so now we have to understand what the hell what does an obelisk stand for? Okay, because they can sit here and say that this is what it was, but obviously you can look and see that they removed these words. These words are new. These words wasn't there before.
Because the thing is, when you think of it, because this is a monument for the dead people that died in some war in 1870. But why they don't have a cross here like everyone else, man?
And they do have a cross, but what cross is it? That iron cross. You know, on the other side.
Yeah. But I mean, like, why don't they put a big ass cross like they always do? Is the Christians there where they have to put a obelisk in it? What meaning has that, man? You have to question these. You have to ask these questions, man, because there are no coincidences out here, man. You know, why should the city that we're in right now set up this obelisk to worship these dead people? that died for them in war or something like that. Why? Why they have not another picture? Why they have not a bold man out here, a Temanite man out here? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Because they worship their gods still unto this day, man. You have to stop that or you're going to be destroyed. Because why do you think we're in this situation right now? Because we worship these other gods. Because we follow these other gods from these other nations. And if you keep on doing that, the same result going to happen. When you do the same mistake over and over and over and over again, they're going to come always the same result. But if you change something up and come on the right path again, man, something else can happen. And that's the kingdom, Yahweh Ratzah, man. You know? The kingdom is going to happen, but Yahweh Ratzah are going to be rulers of that, man. Rulers in that, you know. Because they're going to be ranks in the kingdom. Because this is a kingdom. You know, every kingdom has a rank structure. Like this kingdom here also. Because when you think of the German kingdom, man, you know, Temanite kingdom, this is some weird shit because you got the president, they got no say-so, man. Because who's ruling everything? Angela Merkel. And she's the consul. You know?
Okay, so like
not so good. I just want to keep it flowing.
In parts of the world, obelisks, when you look up the word phallic architecture and the meaning of phallic symbolism, you'll see that the obelisk is in the ancient world. It resembled a human penis. Often was built in Egypt. Okay, so now let's lead up the Egyptian. An obelisk is a stone rectangular pillar with a tapered top forming a pyramidon set on the base, erected to commemorate an individual or event and honor the gods. Okay, the Egyptians created the form at some point in the early dynastic period between 350 to 2613 BCE. So what I'm trying to say is, if you understand that these things were made for their gods, okay? And when you look up the obelisk, it shows that it stands for penis, an erected penis, and that this is Nimrod's penis, okay? An obelisk stands for Nimrod's penis. Let me type it like that, and then we can go back to this.
Let me preach real quick. This is Baruch chapter 4, now 2 and 30. For I knew, let me start at 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And this is showing that we're still under the stand of captivity, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And just to jump onto that point, let me show you right now. This is talking about Diodorus spoke of an obelisk 130 feet high, which was erected by Queen Semiramis in Babylon 207. In Babylonian times, the phallic symbolism seems to have been more important aspect. However, in Egypt, more emphasis was put on its sun symbolism. Seems to have been more important aspect. However, in Egypt, more emphasis, Salakia. These obelisks were commonly erected at the entrance of temples of Isis or other temples of numerous sun deities of Egypt, especially in the city of Heliopolis, Beth Shemesh, for its sun symbolism as well as for its phallic meaning. In Ezekiel chapter 8 clearly assigns to us a mixture of Israel's true worship with that of sun worship in the form of Tammuz worship. Okay, so what I'm saying is these things that we living in and we see every day that were the core beliefs and foundation of the people that built the cities that we live in today, they still are there, and we living with them, and we grow up and we live amongst them and actually start using them in our, not unwillingly, there are people who unwillingly use, unknowingly, Salaki, you're correct, unknowingly use these things as symbols in their artwork, or they put it on their maybe on their businesses. Then you have people who legitimately know, you know, but let's keep going, Salaki.
This is the spirit, because this is what it says, man, Jeremiah 51:7. Salaki. 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. They made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Because the thing is, man, when you think of it, everybody has drunk of the Babylon juice, like we also, man. But we had to sweat that shit out, man, to come to purging in the truth to the fire, you know?
Yeah.
Because we were really drunken with it. Like the artist said, man, people putting these things up, these signs. Like, I was just walking to the train station, man, or to the bus station, and some little child, man, out of the car, pulling up the bathroom sign, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And see, this is the thing, because the little children got already indoctrinated with the Babylon juice,
And
man.
they showing their allegiance.
Yeah.
And it's not even them, it's the spirit. It's their spirit, because that spirit, when you like for example, when you tell somebody that loves this, that's really for Yahweh Shai, when they read these scriptures, they light up. They get hungry. They want more. What you say? Oh, I can't believe this. You know when you first came in this, how you was, and the dots started to connect, how you felt. Now, that same spirit for wickedness is there also. When they see wickedness and them dots starting to connect for them, they flourish in it. They love it. That's why the Lord says that there has to be a cleansing, because Esau has infected, he's polluted this whole land. Not just the land, he polluted the animals, he polluted the minds of every single person on the earth, and the grass, the air, the water. He polluted your thoughts, he polluted everything. Everything has been polluted. So how can this be something that we can build a foundation on? So if the whole land is polluted, how can you build something good on it?
Yeah.
How can you build something clean from something that's unclean?
It's like these people also, man. What they're doing always, when they have the background, they pull it out and take some ground from somewhere else and put it on it, man. Because it to be good ground that the fruits and vegetables flourish, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the same thing has to happen here, man. That's why the fire has to come, man. Got a preacher recoup for that.
Right.
It's 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
See? And it needs it. It needs it.
Yeah.
Because Esau is not gonna let this. He can't let go of his iniquity.
Nah, man.
He's been made to be wicked. He's been made to be completely in iniquity. He's the right hand, and just as Yahweh Shai is his right hand, Shaitan is the right hand. I mean, Esau is the left hand of Shaitan.
Understand.
You know, what's that show? What is that show, man? That's on that Twilight used to watch with the devil.
You mean Lucifer?
Lucifer.
Yeah, Lucifer.
When you watch this show,
Lucifer.
man, when you watch this show, it show you that Lucifer they know that Lucifer is in charge of iniquity, and they try to portray it that Lucifer, he don't want to be wicked no more. He want to live amongst the people. He don't want his power. Hey, nobody can resist the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. No angels, nothing can resist his will. If he can keep the sun floating in the air, you think he can't? You know how you see these telekinesis persons, they be like trying to make them kill themselves? That shit is real with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai can really make you just, you know what? Go to the top of a building and just say, F this, bruh, I'm jumping off.
Why do you think people doing this shit, man?
You see? So, for them to say that Satan rebelled against the Lord and he was casted away, it just shows your ignorance.
Yeah, man, don't know shit, man. Christians are the most ignorant people on this planet Earth, man.
Yeah, and we were amongst them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For real. Because I just took what people were telling me.
Yeah, me too, man. I was thinking
I just took everything.
Spirit.
You know you took what, instead of looking for yourself,
you
took what people, because you know why?
Yeah.
Because you had trust in your forefathers.
Like your parents and everything. They know because they're older than you.
Because you believe that they know right because they've gone through something before you. But when you actually see that they don't know shit, they've learned all wickedness and folly and foolishness.
Okay.
You know? And now we must what? What do we have to do? Throw away everything. Throw away all of the lies and deceit. Okay. And at first you're like, God damn, everything. Everything, man. All of the shit I learned in school, all of it. It's bullshit. It's all to be indoctrinated into being a drone, into being a stupid, controllable drone. And if you're Jake, a stupid, controllable, destroyed drone. They don't want you to prosper. If you're of the Negro, Latino, and Native American descent,
Okay.
they want you to be destroyed. They want you to be confused. They want you to be lost. Because why? Because their forefathers established their kingdoms, their queendoms off of that very basis, that you are destroyed, you are confused, and you are lost. Without you, they have no queendom.
And also Esau is destroying us because if we rise to a nation, if we come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he fuck.
And
Because you know that he's the end and we're the beginning of the follow.
and they know, they truly know, if we were to separate, we would be so much greater than them.
Yeah.
Everything we touch would be better than them. Why? Because we are the chosen people.
Why do you think if the woman, man, they're trash, man, go with Jake Brush, they get flavor? How in the world is it possible that a woman get flavor from a man? How?
You mean eating my woman?
Yeah, either way, a woman is dealing with a Jake man out of nowhere, she get flavor, she get a touch
You
of,
got the sauce.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's just show you.
Yeah.
We the salt.
Yeah.
We the salt of everything. We add flavor to everything.
But I appreciate for this what you said before.
Go ahead.
1 Peter 2:2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the scriptures, of the words, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious. And then another one, Hebrews chapter 5, and verse 12. For when for the time you ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High.
Say it again. I select it.
For the time you ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which is the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong drink. Verse 13. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are full of age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
And how do you gain this? How do you gain that discernment? How do you gain what the Lord is talking about right here? By toiling in the scriptures, by following people who've shown you that they understand the scriptures. How? By them posting videos week in, week out, showing that they toil in the definition and the meaning of words. The word etymology means truth and searching.
Basically,
the study of the truth of
study
word.
of the word, yeah. Like the root word, like the root of the word. But the thing is, man, the teacher shows you the way how to be. You know what I'm saying? This is what the elders supposed to be, man, because it's telling you, look this shit up, man. Look it up for yourself that you grow. They just don't tell you anything you gotta believe now. Look it up for yourself, man. And to that, you know that the elders are the teachers that we need, man, in these times, man. That they are set up by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And you, as a teacher of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, woman, you have to be taught again. Because we were taught in the past life by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and now we have to be taught again in this new life that we're in, man. So we have to come spiritually out of this place, man. Like the Ark just said, man, we have to throw it out and be the new man as newborn babe. So we have to be a new babe, a fresh babe, and this fresh babe has to grow to a new man. And how we do that, man? By, like the Ark said, man, being in the scriptures, hanging out with the Ark and with the older people, man, with the older Ark and the truth, learning from them, man, growing to the spirit power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua day in, day out. Not only once a week on the Shabbat, not only once a week when you fast, day in, day out, try to do the work to the best of your ability, man. Seek the Lord daily, man.
The word etymology, it means fact of the origin and development of the word. So that just tells you, when you study the etymology of the word, you're actually finding where that word comes from and what it actually means. Because right now you can't take anything for face value. Everything that Esau has, he's corrupted. So we must toil and search and seek the truth while we still have time, because we know that the time is closing. That the day is getting closer and closer. Because how? Because we see that this truth is being proclaimed through all the earth. You got the celebrities bringing it up. You got the mighty men of the so-called world today bringing it out of nowhere. Fantasia, Ice Cube, and all of these rappers are claiming to be Hebrew Israelites, and it shows you. So with that being proclaimed throughout the whole earth, Israel is what? Taking back their nationality, but also marking themselves for Esau. Esau now knows, okay, now is the time for me to strike while the iron is hot. You know, go ahead.
Because you have two things popping up right now. Wickedness is spreading like wildfire, but at the same time, righteousness is spreading like wildfire. Because you see all this is like out of nowhere, like we talked yesterday. Remember all these channels popping up everywhere. Everybody doing lessons. There's so much. What is it called?
There's a
Quantity out there
Yeah.
of lessons. This is unspeakable, man. This is beautiful. You know, but at the same time, you see on the left-hand side the wickedness rising too. So this means a shift of kingdom is coming, man. Because when the kingdom is on the top, it falls down. You know, and like you have to imagine the kingdom of Esau like this. You have the biggest kingdom, and every time when a brick of it falls down, we build our kingdom upon it. You know what I'm saying? Like a brick falls down, boom, it's a brick for our kingdom. Brick falls down because these bricks represent people. So Jake wakes up, falls from Esau kingdom, he comes in the righteous kingdom from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. You know? I gotta preach it real quick. Matthew 24:14, and it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. That's what we're witnessing right now, man. The world is, we got now a brother in Finland, we got a brother in Australia, we got brothers in Holland, we got brothers in England, you know what I'm saying? Or the UK, basically United Kingdom. We got brothers here out in Germany, multiple brothers, man. You know, or supposedly people that are, in the truth, you know what I'm saying? But they don't push them, man. But you know that the fact that they are Israelites is out there, man. We say it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Come, right.
Come.
And the fact that word has been proclaimed. You know, Finland, Switzerland,
Come on, man.
you know,
Yeah, man. Switzerland also, man.
come on, man.
It's everywhere,
And
man.
if you look at Switzerland, it's the forefront. Well, I guess you could say it's the epicenter.
That's it.
It's Sweden.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. In Arfadisha, Sweden. Right?
Sweden, yeah, it's not
Sweden.
Sweden.
Slovakia.
Yeah.
Sweden is the forefront. I mean, but they're all in Confederate. They're right there next to each other. All of those countries are right there.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So once one is in,
100%.
yeah,
They're gonna
and then
follow.
they see, dang.
Yeah, man.
Oh, then what they're gonna do? Oh, borders. We require this at this
Yeah.
border. So now
You
you
have
can't
to
come
get
into here until you get this and this. And we're behind. Look at them. They're innovators.
Yeah, like they always say, man. It's not the thing with the world nowadays. They want to be always on the top thing.
At the
Forerunner,
forefront
you
of
know what I'm saying?
technology,
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries between human and technology merging together, biohacking.
Be a cyborg and shit. They proud
Become
of this
a
shit, man.
cyborg.
I remember the video that Elder Zach posted on from the Mississippi pen, posted on his page, Hastings is coming. Bruh, these they were proud of being a cyborg. Like, yeah, man, you know, human is good, but to be a cyborg is the best. So they basically said, man.
They're not content with what the Lord made.
Nah, man, they are really like as hell, man. Desires as hell, man. They're unsettable, man. Like it says in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, man.
God.
You know?
That's just how you see, man.
Yeah. You got some?
Nah, I think that's it right now. So with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Muslim that taught us this truth.
God.
Peace and blessings to the awfully elect, the 144,000 men pushing the truth and wholehearted, sincerely across the four winds. Until next time, Shalom.
Yahweh says this one's edifying, man.
Y'all rock this out with edifying. Next time,
Shalom.
Shalom.